Hello, my name is Kayla Pira, and my topic was the effect of social media on anxiety and depression in adolescents. My PICO question was, are adolescents who frequently use social media compared to those who do not frequently use social media more at risk for developing anxiety and depression? Oh, and I was interested in this topic because mental illnesses are starting to become a more widespread issue, especially in the United States, and I feel like it's not really uncommon to find people, especially in this generation and age group, that are anxious or depressed. So some background on this topic. According to the World Health Organization, depression is the leading cause of disability, and it's a significant contributor to the overall global burden of disease. There's been a rise of internet use over the years, and also depression among adolescents. So research has been trying to see if there was a positive correlation between the two. This is really important to study because in severe cases, this can lead to several other mental and physical health problems, and at its worst, suicide. So that's why it's important for nurses to take into account their patients' mental health and prevent whatever it is that may cause this. So literature search, I used the PubMed database, and in the search engine, I typed social media and teenagers and depression and anxiety. I then applied the filters to publication within the last 5 years and in English so that I could find the most recent and relevant articles. This gave me 49 results, and I was able to find 3 from these. So I used another search, adolescents and internet use and anxiety. The same filters were applied, and I was able to yield 29 results. I also looked at the titles and abstracts to see if it was relevant to the research topic. So the first key finding that emerged from these research articles, a common result was that a more negative connotation of internet use is what directly associates the positive correlation of social media and these mental illnesses. This negative connotation was described as problematic social media use, or PSMU, and internet addiction, or IA, in the research articles. So PSMU and IA are characterized by having addictive components, such as having an excessive concern about social media and lots of time being spent to where it affects other areas of their life. There was actually one study that kind of tested healthy adolescents and moderate general use of the internet, and they did not find a correlation between internet use and negative health outcomes. So this kind of shows that problematic social media use is the factor that is more likely associated with depression compared to just general use of the internet. The second key finding I found was social comparison. So this was kind of how social media can have a great effect on one's overall self-esteem based on comparing themselves to others. This can be in relation to financial career success, physical appearance, intelligence, or other kind of accomplished goals. So there is an extreme climate of social comparison, also unrealistic expectations because everyone is putting out edited and enhanced images or just showing the positive aspects of their lives. So this can create a lot of mental illnesses in the youth because they are expected to look a certain way and feel like they might not be enough. It might cause eating disorders. So some limitations in the study were that depression comes from a lot of different factors, including genetics and previous family history, coping style. They can't really take into account all of that and control all of this. So that was one. And also it was hard to differentiate whether or not the participants became more anxious and depressed because of social media, or that they just tended to be on social media a lot because they're already having those anxious and depressive symptoms. Lastly, everything was self-report with questionnaires or interviews, so their answers only indicate maladaptive social media use rather than, necessarily having it. And that also includes whether or not they actually had depression and anxiety. So in conclusion, I found that it's not so much the frequency or time spent on social media that causes anxiety and depression in adolescents, but more so the addictive behaviors and social comparison. So it's important for nurses working with adolescents to educate them and the community on how social media can have really adverse effects, and it contributes to their stress and makes them more prone to negative psychological symptoms. And they should also explain the difference of problematic internet use, internet addiction, and appropriate internet use. And should also be taught that everything shouldn't be taken at face value, especially when on the internet, because not everything is real, everything is enhanced, and it's only really showing the positive aspects of people's lives. So, yeah, thank you.